Welcome to Digital Biz Talk Podcast, your weekly dose of entrepreneur realness. Come on in, get comfortable, and if you want to grow your business, this is where you want to be. I'm all about keeping it relatable and transparent because, girl, I know the entrepreneur journey can get hard. I'm your host, Brianna LeVay. Today's Mindset Minute. What's holding you back? You've been saying that you want to start this thing. You've been saying that you'd be really good if you really got serious and did this thing. You've been wanting to grow on TikTok. You've been wanting to have a YouTube channel. You've been wanting to have a poppin' Instagram following. What's holding you back? You've been wanting to have a business. You've been tired of your job. You've been ready to quit. What's holding you back? It's 2022. If you listen to the last episode, then you'll know that I gave y'all 5 ways that you can start a business with little to no money. So the I don't have no money excuse, that's out of here because I already gave you 5 different businesses you can start and you don't even have to have no startup money, okay? You just need to wait for the money to come to you. So what's holding you back? I encourage you to dig deep. Make this one of your journal exercises this week. What's holding me back? What's blocking me from getting what it is that I want? It could be a number of things, but most of the time, it's you. And if you're what's holding you back, then you need to figure out how to overcome the mental obstacles you've been facing. Stop holding yourself back. You can literally do anything, and you are that girl. Okay, so in the last episode, I told y'all that I'm turning 26 in September, so I want to make sure that I am reading every month. That's one of my goals, is to read every month. So I want to make sure I'm mentioning my book every episode. In episode 3, we are going to start doing our updates, our check-ins. So I'm giving you a little bit more time to go get your book and get the first couple of chapters read. Okay. So we're reading Atomic Habits. This book is great for developing good habits. I feel like this was the perfect book to start with because I'm really trying to crack down on my habits. And not only that, but I'm trying to make this book reading thing a habit. So I felt like what better way to start building a new habit by reading a book about building atomic habits. I have to let y'all know how I am showing out right now with making podcast editing easy, with making this YouTube video recording stuff easy, and just overall just rocking it as a business owner who has a million things on her plate. That's why we need tools, right? We need tools so that we can make our lives easier. So I'm using Podcastle. Podcastle is a all-in-one broadcasting platform. If you want to shoot podcast episodes, edit them, record them, and you don't really want to fool around with a whole lot of different softwares, Podcastle is where you need to be. This video that you see here, as well as the audio, if you're just listening, is from Podcastle. I have Podcastle set up over here on my little computer screen, and I pressed record, and baby, we're recording. All I have to do is go cut out some little ums and oohs and ahs. And they even have a software where they cut out background noise, where they cut out silence, where they cut out little filler words like and like. Y'all, Podcastle is where it's at. And did I mention that they have audio? So I picked the podcast intro from the Podcastle app. Now, they do have a free version that you can use. The free version works just fine. I was initially just looking for a software to edit a podcast. I actually have another podcast and it's just audio. There's no video. So I just needed something to edit and, really quickly be able to run through the episode and cut out any mistakes or anything like that. And I typed it in and Podcastle came up, and boy, it is so much more than what I ever could have asked for, honestly. So I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you can check out Podcastle for yourself. And I know you're going to love it, especially if you're trying to do something like this or your clients do something like this. You are going to love this platform because it's simple. It's easy to use. You can use it straight in Google Chrome. You can even schedule podcast episodes to be uploaded. Okay. In today's episode, we are going to dive into what's hot on social media right now. So social media has been around for a long time, and we've been using it to grow our businesses for a long time at this point. But I know a lot of business owners are hitting this sort of plateau, and new business owners are confused because it's like, what do I do on these social media platforms? How can I show up on all of these social media platforms? We're facing the algorithms. We're facing whether to do video content or regular posts. We're trying to figure out, do we need to be on TikTok and Instagram Reels? There's so many different social media careers. And there's even a way to make money on social media as just a regular person who doesn't want to have a business or make a career out of social media. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to let you know how you can repurpose all of your content and make sure that you are showing up on all the platforms without burning yourself out. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about these algorithms. I'm not going to be giving you a technical overview of what the algorithm is and what it does and all of that, but here's what you need to know about the social media algorithms. All the platforms have an algorithm. Nobody really knows what the algorithms do. Even people who tell you they do know. Everybody's trying to figure out what these algorithms are doing, all these little secret hints, tips, and gems, and craziness about what you should do to make sure that you are complying with all of these social media algorithms can get to be a lot. So I'm going to tell you what I think a general rule of thumb should be when it comes to these social media algorithms. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do as a general rule of thumb when it comes to the social media algorithms is you're not going to worry about them. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to create content that's authentic to you. The third thing that you're going to do is that you are going to pick a rate of consistency, regardless of what people are saying, how many times you need to show up per week or per day to get an algorithm. You just need to pick a rate of consistency that works for you. So let's go back over that. 1, we are going to make sure that we are not worrying about the social media algorithm. 2, we are going to create content that is authentic to us, content that feels good for us, content that feels good for our audience, content that we know our audience can use, content that we know our audience will love. And number 3, we are going to pick a rate of consistency. And I fancied it up by saying rate of consistency because I want you to pick your rate of consistency. If your rate of consistency is posting 3 times a week, I want you to post 3 times a week like it ain't nobody's business, okay? If your rate of consistency is 3 times a day, you better be posting 3 times a day like it ain't nobody's business. If your rate of consistency is posting 10 times a month, you can't do every day, might have to skip a couple of days at a time. I want you to make those 10 times a month like it's nobody's business. Okay, so make sure that you stick with those 3 things, and then the algorithm is going to catch up with you and you won't have to catch up with the algorithm. Okay, so post or video. which one are we doing? Which one are we doing? Because as we can see, the climate of social media is that we are really turning towards video side of marketing. But if you're the person who doesn't want to do video, I want to say a couple of things to you. Number one, you can still do posts. I have seen posts still doing really, really well. TikTok and YouTube are video platforms, so they don't have a place for regular posts. But where you can get kind of confused is on Instagram. Instagram still allows regular posts. And they have said that they are transferring over to being a video platform. But I have still seen posts do really, really well on Instagram. The thing about posts on Instagram is that you have to make sure that the post, if you're posting actual like picture posts, number one, I would recommend using the carousel method, because that gives people something to interact with, and it gives you the chance to really kind of draw them in to whatever your subject matter is on the first one, and then kind of keep them wanting to swipe. If you're posting a regular post, you want to make sure that it's something that your core audience really, really cares about. Because right now, kind of the climate of social media and Instagram is that they're not really pushing your post as much. But like I said, I've seen posts still do really well. But the way that I've seen them do well is that people are making sure that it's something valuable for their core audience. For instance, today I was on a brand social media account, and I saw that most of their stuff was reels, but when they did have like a post, number one, it was a carousel, and number two, it was like an info guide. Like it was informational. There was, content for you to read. And not only that, but it was on a subject matter that a lot of people were going to be interested in for this particular brand. So I think that posts are still here. And so that's on Instagram. And then on Pinterest, Pinterest now has introduced these idea pins. The idea pins allow you to use the same short form video formatting as TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So on Pinterest, you have the idea pins, and then you have the other pins. On Pinterest, the regular pins that are images are still circulating just fine. So you want to make sure that you have a fine balance between idea pins and the traditional Pinterest pins. Facebook is different. I see photos still doing really, really well on Facebook, period. But Facebook has also introduced Reels. So if you are participating in short form video on Instagram Reels, TikToks, Shorts, you might as well just go ahead and upload them to Facebook as well, because they are circulating Reels. And not only are they circulating Reels, but they are offering people some pretty nice Reels bonuses equaling to a pretty good paycheck. So I've seen, I think the highest Reels like bonus maximum was like 30,000. I don't think the girl hit the 30,000 yet, but I'm touching and agreeing with y'all that she gonna hit that 30,000, because girl, you better make $30,000 off of Facebook Reels, okay? The giants that are really competing right now are Instagram and Instagram Reels and TikToks. YouTube Shorts is coming right behind them, saying we've been the king of video. YouTube is really, really pushing their shorts right now. So make sure that you're not missing out on posting your short form content over there. But remember when I told you that when you're making posts on Instagram, make sure that it's something that your core audience cares about. That's going to be the opportunity where you still want to participate in long form video, those long form videos that we're uploading to YouTube, and making sure that we are having those go out into the YouTube platform. You want to make sure that your long form video is core posts that your true audience is going to be searching for, is going to be looking for, is going to be needing. If you're doing informational videos and you're really growing your audience, 3 to 5 minutes is the sweet spot with long form video. Okay, so my point of view on being an influencer, because influencer is like the big thing to do on social media now, is that Everybody's an influencer. Now, 6, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, we definitely had a highlighted crowd of influencers. And of course, we still do, because those people who were doing it then, they're OGs now, and they really have some solid brands that they, run every day. Like, their life has become a brand. But the good thing about it now is that we are in the world where social media has blown up. It's popping off all over the place. Everybody is an influencer. And if you want to be an influencer, if you've always wanted to be an influencer, be a influencer. Now, this could be my biased opinion, and I'll take that if it is. But I love to tell people, if you want to be an influencer, start on TikTok, okay? If you want to do daily vlogs, start on TikTok. Don't start with doing the long drawn out vlogs that you have to edit on YouTube. Start on TikTok, where you can set an alarm in your phone, film what you're doing every hour, and then throw it all together at the end of the day on a trending sound. Throw on a voiceover if you want, and do it like that. Build your audience up and get your audience to go follow you on YouTube and Instagram. But I would say that because the TikTok culture is exploding right now, and it's still exploding. Like, you still have a chance to get in on the TikTok madness, okay? People are saying that the videos are growing slower, but I can't tell. I feel like everything is just still growing rapidly. So if you want to start a influencer career, go to TikTok. That's your best place to learn. And if you're staying to the end, then you're going to learn how to, those videos that you make on TikTok, and allow them to go and explode in their rapid algorithm, you will still be able to repurpose those and use those on other platforms, so that you can make sure that you're still growing everywhere else across the internet. I'm going to give you a few social media careers that you can have, and you can start them really for little to no money. So the first one is, like I said, an influencer. Everybody's an influencer now, and they have even branched off, and there is what you call a micro influencer. Now, there may be some official numbers on what a micro influencer is, but I'm going to say, if you have one follower, you're a micro influencer. So just post the content, sis. Influence the people. Share your everyday life. Unbox the products that you buy. Do hauls on all the stuff you already go and buy. Pick up something in your home. Do a video about it. Make an aesthetic video of you writing in a book. Make an aesthetic video of you reading a book. Post the content, sis, because you can be a micro influencer today with the audience you already have. The difference between the person who has 600 followers and is not a micro influencer and the person who has 600 followers and is a micro influencer is essentially two things. One person calls himself a micro influencer and the other person doesn't. And two, the other person pitches themselves and they actively run their accounts. They actively are running their social media and treating it like a business, so that they are able to land those brand deals, because brands are willing to send you stuff. You just have to be willing to ask for it and position yourself to be looked at as a micro influencer. If you say you're a micro influencer, how can I say that you're not? The next thing is being a social media manager. I did talk about this in the last episode, but all these social media platforms, all these business owners, people need someone to manage it all for them. The next thing, which is probably my favorite, and I'm planning to do a full series on my YouTube channel and my TikTok about this, because I'm going to be uncovering the inside scoop about this. But if you go on TikTok or Twitter or YouTube, probably you'll find all the things about being a UGC creator or a content producer. As a UGC creator, you essentially make ads for brands to post on their social media and to use in their ads. It could be an unboxing, it could be a testimonial, it could be a voiceover video, it could be a get ready with me, it could be a tutorial, y'all. The list goes on, and people are paying between I'm gonna say 50 because I feel like you shouldn't be doing nothing less than 50, and the girls on TikTok would say even more than that, like bump that up. But I will say that people are earning anywhere from $50 to $500 for one video, y'all. One video. Producing content, making these amazing ads that most people were already doing, because if you unbox something on TikTok and you share your opinion about it, or if you go on TikTok and you rave and review about this product that you love using, girl, you already a UGC creator. You just didn't get paid for it. There's so much money to be made on social media, y'all. The last thing is, if you're just a regular person who really doesn't want to have a full out business, but you wouldn't mind making a couple passive income dollars on social media, you can do that as well by putting a link in your bio that leads people to things. So that could be like a Amazon storefront. You can share affiliate links, and make money off of things that you recommend people to buy on Amazon. There's also other platforms where you can create affiliate links from different websites. And if people actually go buy that stuff from your link, you'll get a little check. And those checks be adding up, because let's say you post something and it accidentally goes viral and 100 people buy your thing that you talked about, and the link was available to them in your bio, you're actually making a profit off of just talking about something you would have been talking about anyway. So many ways you can make money, even if you don't want to start like a full-on business. The other thing you can do is Amazon KDP. I think I talked about Amazon KDP a little bit more in depth in the last episode, but I know for sure that I have a video about Amazon KDP available on my YouTube channel, and you can check that video out and literally learn how you can start a full business with journals, workbooks, and even regular books on Amazon KDP with no upfront cost to you. Okay, so now that we've taken a little bit of a deep dive into social media, I know some of you are like, how am I going to post on all these platforms? I'm going to give you my content repurposing strategy. Okay, so even though there's all of these different platforms, and yes, I believe that you should be posting on all platforms. If you're new and you feel like it's too much, like even after I tell you my repurposing strategy, if you feel like it's too much, focus on one platform first. I'm going to say make that platform be TikTok, but you focus on whatever platform you're comfortable with. The only reason why I say focus on TikTok is because TikTok has an explosive algorithm. If you post the right video, it could be the randomest video, it's going to go viral. There are people scrolling on TikTok all hours of the day. And like I said, their platform and their algorithm is just a little bit more rapid. So I would say start there, but if you want to pick another platform, you can do the same thing. I do believe that you should be posting on all platforms so that you can making sure that your brand is getting awareness on all platforms. And your audience may really reside on Pinterest, but you would never know that if you are focused on TikTok and Instagram and not utilizing the opportunity to repurpose your content to people who are looking for what you offer on Pinterest. Okay, so here is the content repurposing strategy. The example that I'm going to use is going to start with TikToks. You can start your funnel of repurposing content however you would like. Okay, so you're going to choose your focus platform. The focus platform in this example is TikTok. Let's say TikTok is my focus platform. My goal on my focus platform is to post 2 videos a day. So the first week that I'm starting this repurposing strategy, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on TikTok every day and I'm going to post my 2 posts a day. That's going to give me 14 pieces of content. After I have that 14 pieces of content, going into the next week, I'm going to go on TikTok and download those videos. Now, there's a number of ways you can do this. People use SnapTik to make sure that they get the TikTok watermark off, but you do want to make sure that the TikTok watermark is not present on your video when you are getting ready to repurpose. End of that week, I'm going to download my videos and I am going to do the following. I'm going to schedule them on Pinterest as an idea pin. I am going to then go into YouTube and schedule them as shorts. That's number 2. And then on Instagram, now, depending on how you want to grow on Instagram, I recommend doing a couple of things. On Instagram, I want you to take each individual video. If you've used any text from TikTok, I want you to go and I want you to retype that same text using Instagram's native text tool. Just smack it right over what you wrote on TikTok. After you do that, I want you to go on Instagram and use a Instagram native sound. So you want to make sure you turn the volume from TikTok all the way down. If you did a voiceover, you may want to go ahead and redo that voiceover on the native Instagram tools, because this is a lot of where people are not getting the good views that they're getting on TikTok, on Instagram. Even though your content has potential to do really well on Instagram, you're not using Instagram's native tools and they are picking up on that. So then you want to make sure that you turn the volume down all the way from the TikTok sound and the TikTok voiceover. Use your own voiceover and use a Instagram trending sound. Now, the Instagram sounds and the TikTok sounds, you may find the same one and you may not. I would say make sure that you are keeping a collection, y'all. I keep a collection of audios on Instagram and TikTok so that when I'm ready to post a reel, I can literally go to my saved audios and just find something. So even if the sound isn't the same, find a new sound on Instagram and make sure that you're using an Instagram native trending sound. Have 1 week of content that already went out naturally on TikTok. You went in the TikTok app and you did your thing twice a day for 7 days. Now, the following week, you're going to have content that you scheduled to go out on Pinterest and YouTube, and then you're going to have those Instagram reels drafted so that you can go in and make sure that those are getting posted, or you can have an assistant post them, whoever, but you want to make sure that those are drafted so they can go get posted. So the next week, what you're doing the next week, you are going on TikTok and you are making your 2 posts a day, focusing solely on TikTok, focusing solely on growing on TikTok throughout the week. At the end of the week, you're going to do the same thing all over again. That is how you repurpose your content, and you make sure that you're showing up on Instagram, on TikTok, on Pinterest, on YouTube. And I didn't add Facebook in the mix, but you're going to do the same thing with Facebook as you're going to do with Instagram. And that is my content repurposing strategy. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Digital Biz Talk Podcast. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure that you come back next week for more.